Well, another Starry vlog, taking you friends along. This looks familiar. This is my hunting spot. Okay. When it is fall, I do a lot of canning and I do a lot of hunting. It kind of things like switch over. You know, that's just what I enjoy. And I think most of you have been with me long enough to know that even though I'm divorced, the things that I did on the off-grid homestead are the things that I really do enjoy and love. And just because I'm not off-grid anymore, they don't stop. I know some people asked about, well, Starry, you don't eat meat, but I've said this before and I'll say it one more time, just because I'm walking and talking. For me, it would be foolish not to have a pantry with some meat in it, especially an organic, natural, wild source of meat. We have abundant resources here in the Panhandle. A lot of deer, a lot of elk, a lot of wild game. Doesn't cost much to get a license. I'm all set up. I enjoy the sport. I mean, I enjoy being out in the woods and doing all this. And, you know, even though the harvesting part, I can't say that, you know, taking an animal's life is enjoyable, but you have to look at it as part of what you do to sustain. And I am still living a sustainable life. Even though I'm in an apartment, I would be foolish not to put meat in my pantry. You know, people still think, or they forget, let's just say this. People forget that at any time, something bad can really happen, like really bad. EMP, we could go to war. We could have people show up here and start attacking us, you know. Who knows? It could be more of a natural disaster where people are, it's like a great exodus and they don't know where to go and they have to leave their homes and the FEMA camps are implemented. You know, never say never. Don't be so foolish to say never, right? So, of course, I'm going to continue to hunt. And of course, I'm going to put meat in my pantry. And that's regardless if I'm the one eating it or if I am stocking up for the SHTF. And I'm going to use it later. I mean, as mostly a vegetarian, it would be unwise of me not to have a good protein source. Because when you can't go to the store anymore, or something happens where, you know, our food is seasonal, I can't grow year round. I can't live in vegetables, right? And then it's the middle of winter, and even though I have canned goods, you need some protein. Well, us vegans and vegetarians may be eating meat. So, for me, I think it's wise preparation. And I have a couple turkey tags. I've got my deer tag. I'm not going to bother with harvesting a bear this year. That's a little bit too much work, but maybe next year. And an elk, I'm going to have to. I've been asking a lot of guys, where are the elk? And I think sooner or later, God's going to bring me that resource. I think I'm making enough contacts out here that I'm probably going to get some places to hunt some elk. And I would love to harvest one. And that would really fill my pantry for years and years and years because you get a lot of meat with the elk. All right, well, I'm going to head into the woods. We're going to check out where that, I found this buck that someone had poached. It's so sad. And I'm going to kind of walk over there. I heard the coyotes out the other night, and I was wondering, what was the deal with the coyotes? And now I remember, you know, there's a dead carcass laying here. So, all right, let's check out. Oh, look at this. There's a bow stand here. I wonder if he's the one who shot that deer. Look at that. There's a bow stand here. Unbelievable. They said there was nobody hunting here. There's 2 bow stands. What the heck? That's not good. That's not good at all. So the owners probably have no idea that someone has a setup here I just can't believe it. That's not good. Look at that. Brother, and then we're not supposed to use tree pegs anymore. They ruin the trees. Well, that's probably where that buck got shot. They gut shot it, and then they didn't even bother to look for it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. That's not good. I'd like to know who they are. So I'm kind of walking around in here, and here's some rubs on the tree. These are from this year. Those are nice. That's what a rub looks like. The deer rub their horns. Those people, I don't know. The owner said nobody should be in here. That's a moral dilemma. You know, what do you do? And then there's probably two stands here because one is hunting and one is filming. That's why there's usually two stands. Me and my ex did that just a couple times. When I shot my bear, he came with me and sat below me. And it made it nice because as soon as I shot my bear, you know, he helped me. But it's a bummer. And this is the dead deer is right up there. So that stand is right there. They couldn't even walk this far. Well, we'll see if that carcass is still there. So this is a scrape. Don't look like it's been opened up for a couple days. That's why that buck was in here. That's a scrape underneath the branches. It's a good spot, and then these people, they ruin it. I don't know, I'm still gonna keep looking around here. You can see the good trail. Okay, this is weird. The deer is completely gone. Okay. Oh, it's not completely gone. Look at it. Oh my gosh. That was only like a day ago. This is completely picked clean. Oh my gosh. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. I guess nature takes care of itself. Not one piece of meat is left on there. That's insane. There's someone down there, so I'm gonna go down there and see what the deal is. This should be interesting. Well, that was productive. So that was Kyle, and he actually is a Mennonite too, and his uncle or cousin, the man I got permission from, owns this property, and he's like, yeah, I hunt here too, and he gave me a lot of good advice. He said the deer are now staying in the woods here. He has his game camera up, so they're using this trail that I'm on. He said he found another dead deer that looked like it was poached. He said the two stands there on the field there, he thinks they've been there for a long time, but he did confirm that there's a lot of people that sneak in here, unfortunately. And he says, you know, a lot of them just trespass, a lot of them are just road hunters. But he says, and look at this, see, this wasn't here either just a couple days ago. Look at that. It was not here a couple days ago. So someone shot that. That's too bad. But he says it is a safe place to hunt. He says if you want to get a deer, he says there's plenty of deer. He says and there's plenty of bucks too. He says he's mainly a trophy hunter, like most men. But he says you have a good chance of getting a big buck in here. And he said he's setting up a stand. He said he's setting up a stand. And he says, if you want, you can sit in it. He says, I don't care. People are so good out here. So kind. But I'm kind of excited because I met another gentleman who actually is related to the other owner. And they're all very nice. And they really don't care that I'm in here. They're like,